Hello, I'm Michelle here from the Strand, South Africa, and you've reached my Happy Ever Yarn knitting channel. Welcome to everyone that's new. I hope you will like this episode and subscribe and give me a thumbs up as that grows my channel. So today I've set up the table, and so here I record all my things that I'm doing, knitting or crochet sometimes, and also the stuff that I properly mess up and then I'll have to fix it afterwards. Okay, so today I've got two fixes. I have two progress thingies. One, I think it's new, I can't remember whether I showed it to you last time, and I want to share my idea for the Stephen West mystery make along for October, and then also a note and a discussion around what will happen for October, because October is my birthday month. Okay, so watch out the space, hey? Cool, so let's talk about the fixes first. So I knitted this garment. I don't know whether you can see. So let me just bring the camera closer. Please hold on. I knitted this V-neck sweater some time ago. This yarn is Estereza Yarn Creations, and this was my very first winter full-on natural yarn garment that I've knitted. But what I've done, and I will show a photo here of how the collar looked, and what was happening is the SSK stitches were kind of not neat enough, or it was untidy, so I couldn't pick up on the edge for the collar. I had to bring it in a little bit. As you can see, I had to take the collar and bring it in a little bit more, just to skip the SSK stitches that were so untidy, and I think it's quite nice now. What do you think? This pattern was, I can't give you the pattern. I often used to do my own thing, and this was one of them. I did look at YouTube tutorials to make sure that the V was done nicely. And that brings to me a point. If you look on my channel, and you go to the video playlist, you will see that I've opened up a group of playlists called My Tutorials, or Tutorials I Use, and everything that I found useful, or that I use in my garments, or that I think I will use in future if I find them, I'll save in there. So you're welcome to check those out. But it's usually from a couple of knitting people, not just one or two of them. So you're welcome to look. And I think this is beautiful, and I can't wait for winter to come back to wear this. Although today looks like this. Let me pause you and turn you around that you can see. I know you stand skew, but this is how hard it rains today. I love the rain. Okay, back to knitting. Okay, the second item that I fixed was something that I'm busy with. It is my I'll show you the pattern just now. It's here. The sleeves, the cuffs I made with a like a frill, and when I fitted it, I noticed that they were not the same size, so I pulled it all back until I started to do the decreases of the sleeves, and knitted the two in tandem, that they are the same. You can see I haven't put in the weaved in the yarns yet, and on this one I had to add on a little piece of yarn in order to do the cast off, but that's okay. I'll weave it back after I fitted it again, once the body is finished. So the body is still where you saw it last time. I made a little bit of progress. You can see it's that little bit of progress, not much, because my son's sweater is a higher priority at this point. Well, it's just something that I focus on at the moment. So these sleeves are fixed. I didn't make the frill thing again. Otherwise I should have pulled it back even more, and I was like, it's okay, it's okay, it will be fine. So you want to see the pattern of that one? Let me just find the pattern quickly for you. I've got them all printed out, so at least I can show this pattern to you. It's this one. And I do like the saddle shoulder constructions. Okay, let me just put that back. The next one that I want to show you the progress on is my son's one. This is his pattern, and if you look nicely on that under the collar, there's a wobble there, even in the picture on the photo. Now this wobble also happens on my son's one, which I will need to go and redo. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Anyway, here's my progress on this one. So I still keep the bell for the back. So the bell is a stitch marker from Heart and Nickel from Samantha. And as you saw last time, the body is all finished, and the one sleeve is this far, so those are my decreases for under the arm, and there's no significance about the color, it's just the next one that I grabbed. And this was when I fitted it last to him, so from this point I need to knit another 20 centimeters. So I thought of doing another 15 in plain, and then I'll do the ribbing. And then I can pick up the second sleeve, which is still on my barber cord thingy, with my toothpick in the middle to hold it all on. And then after doing both sleeves, so I'll do the sleeve, do the cuff, don't cast off, do the second sleeve, do the cuff, don't cast off, let him fit it on, see whether the sleeves are long enough, finish the sleeves, let him put it on again, and then I need to see what I'm going to do here. So I don't understand why this bubble thing happens in front. It's really as if, even though the pattern did say you need to add short rows at the back just after the collar, it's not enough. It should have been at least 6 rows extra or 6 rows less in front. My short rows all ended, most of them ended here. I didn't even bring them forward to over the sleeves. Maybe that's the problem, I don't know. But it was interesting when I saw that even the photo of the pattern, it makes a wobble. Okay. I will see what I can do there. This is the beginning of the pattern, so putting back, no ways. So it will be some kind of surgery that I will need to do. Maybe just let him fit it, pin it, and then stitch it on the inside and see how big this loop will be that I need to take out. If it's huge like that, for example, I might stitch it with a sewing machine and just cut this off like steeking. If it's a small bit, I'll ask him to wear it for a few days in winter and see how does it feel and whether it's bearable, or otherwise I will need to cut it like 2 rows from there, pick up stitches on both sides and just bring this a little bit down just some of it, but also not all the way. So I'm not sure. We'll watch the space. We'll see what we do. That's my son's one. The second one, work in progress, that I want to show you is, let me just find the pattern. So that is that pattern, and this is this one. So the next pattern that we're talking about is this one, full favorite, and it's knitting up and down instead of in the round. And even though it has a very nice lace around the arm and at the bottom, I have opted not to include it straight away, because that makes the knitting of around the body so much easier when I can just sit and knit and carry on and on and on and on and on until it's finished. So it's huge, because remember, it's around the body now. So so I think this will be the top piece. Yes. So instead of making an open garment like the pattern, I'm going to make a closed sweater, and I'm going to make this that it can gather in. I'm okay with that. And there's the first sleeve portion. Let me just bring that out. So there's the first hole for this first sleeve. Now I can carry on and on this much, and then I'll do the second sleeve, and then I'll do the lace bit on top. And that's where my questions are coming in. Am I going to do that lace, or am I going to choose something from the Japanese Knitting Stitch Bible and do it there, something that I can put there and have something similar for on the edges and at the hem. Cool. Okay. So for okay, let me show you one more. My next item is from Monday to Friday socks from Norma, and this time I am doing this one. And I haven't gone far, so I just started. I showed you a bonus video where I showed you how I cast on, and I spoke about the Chigoon needles. And then when I finished casting on, I realized, no, I wanted to do it with a green nugget. So I pulled it out, redid the cast on, and knitted. So this ribbing is actually a one plain two pull. That's actually the right side. But after knitting the ribbing, I turned my work around and went the other way for the rest of the sock, because I like this view better than that view. Okay, what do you think? And I just love this. Let me turn it around that you can see it this way. I can't help to think about an old English rose garden, and this can be the trellis against the wall and the roses creeping up there, or even on this side. Just look at that. I just love this. It's really gorgeous. The yarn is from Naughty Habits, as I mentioned before. I want to show you this. It's like speckles all over. Okay, so I haven't really showed you all the yarns that I'm working on, but I'm sure you know most of them already. The last thing that I want to show you is my yarn for the Stephen West MKAL. But before we do that, just a quick chat on the October story. So October is my birthday month, and last year I started to do giveaways for it, and this year will be no different. So in October I will again try and do a little video every week on a weekly basis, just like I'm trying to do it now. And I haven't really thought about a theme. Last year's theme was tell me about interesting points in South Africa. So I said, give me the highest mountain or things like that, and the answers, the people who answered correctly, names I've put into written it out, put it into a bowl, and I actually manually drew a winner. So this time I want to try and use the YouTube comment picker thingy that everyone else is using. But in order to do that, I need to have the answers all on one video. Otherwise, I can't choose an overall winner for the month. It's too difficult with various videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe show or tell you something. I'm thinking of showing you or telling you something let me rephrase. I'm going to show you something in a frame, in a not a screen frame, in a portrait frame. And whether it is yarn, then I will tell you about the yarn. Whether it's a pattern, I will tell you about the pattern. Maybe it's something else in my house that I'm going to put down there, and I will tell you about it. So, and then the very last video of the month of October, I will ask you a question on either list these items for me, or I spoke about this particular item, in which day's video was it, or something like that. And then the answers should only come through in the very last video of the month. So please, if you want to participate, you're very welcome. I really appreciate your comments on my videos. It's nice to chat back or comment back, and also hear what you're knitting and what you're busy with and what your ideas is about my stuff. I love it. But for the month of October, please continue with that, but do not mention anything that I put in the frame, because then you're going to give other people that's not watching the video with attention to miss all of that information, or to actually get all of that information for free because it's on your comments. Okay, cool. So quick last one, my thoughts about the MKAL. Last year I had FOMO to be left out and not to do it. But as the shawl progressed, I was like, it's huge. It's really huge. And it's not something that I would wear. So I'm not like, in halfway through the month, I was, it's okay. It's okay. You're not really losing out. But because the colorway that he asked for this time is can I call it a fade? I'm not sure about the terminology for it. I'm thinking, yeah, I can do that. And even though if you ask brioche and all those other things that I have never done before, I'm okay to learn those. I think it will be fun. I don't know how my month of October will be stress-wise from work, but I would like to join in. So I'm not committing to finish by the end of October, but I will join in. I've also joined in Yaline, Made by Yaline podcast. She's doing a community group on WhatsApp, and where she also have a lot of people grouped together so that we can give each other support on this shawl make along. So my colors will be you might have seen them if you're on the support group. Which way? will it be? It will be this way. So, oops, this will be my colors. So I've got the charcoal. This is like a, okay, let me put it down. Just now it fall on the floor. Oh, and my cakes ain't looking great anymore. So this is a charcoal from, specially dyed for me because I asked for it, from Naughty Habits. This one is from Naughty Habits, and it came with one of the yarn boxes last year. You can see the purple and the suede in it, but it has a grey to it as well. So that's a little bit of color. I'm just finding a little note in the other one. The next one is like this color. It's a blue gray. It looks like a blue gray. It's lighter than the school gray, much lighter than a school gray, and this is also from Naughty Habits, and the color name is D. Okay, and then the very last one is from Teresa Yarn Creations. This is a very light gray, not all one color. I feel there's a piece of paper in it. Should I try and take it out? And I think it's got linen in it. It was with her advent calendar. Yeah, it was from her advent calendar from Teresa. I don't think it's got a name on there. Look, I still have the number 12. It is dinner, which is, yeah, it's 90% superwash wool and 10% linen. So I'm going to use these four. Just want to put the label back, and then I'll show you the four again. It's like that. There we go. Do you think that will work? I think so. I think they're all cool tones. There's not really a warm tone. And I think this one will give a little bit of color, just to spice it up a little bit, but not too much. And I'm really excited about this. Okay, so do you want to tell me what you're doing for the month, for this month, for September? My aim is to see how much I can finish what I've got on my needles, and I'm burning to cast on. There's 2 summer blouses that I want to cast on, and there's a shawl that I've been wanting to cast on for a very long time, and now I've got cotton yarn that I want to use to do a bag on. And I saw the other crochet pattern from, oh my word, I can't remember now, where you crochet granny squares and then you make a cardigan from it. I would love to do something like that for my daughter, and maybe that will just stick the crochet back in my head. That I'm happy that I'm doing that as well. Yeah, I know. You say, what? You're going to do squares? Yeah, I want to make her that cardigan. I think it will look great on her. Yeah, but we will wait till November before we do all those cast-ons, because I want to finish the stuff that I've got on the needles, and I showed you everything. I don't have anything else in my cupboard that's not discussed. Yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 with the socks. My son's one is nearly finished. I don't need to do the surgery straight away. My winter one is just the body. The other one is little bits and pieces still. So yeah, maybe that one I won't finish, and the socks should be able to finish as well. We'll see. Or maybe I'll leave the socks just to have something different to knit on while I'm doing the shawl. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay. So I'm not going to keep you much longer. Thank you very much for visiting me. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and take care and happy knitting. And comment, please chat to me. Okay, bye.